Okay, next up, dividing with fractions. So I gave an example. A certain math teacher has 4 oranges which he generously decides to split into thirds and give to his favourite students. How many students get some of the oranges? So effectively what we're doing there, we're doing 4 divided by a third, because we're dividing 4 oranges into parts that are a third, so divided by thirds. And then we did it in class and we saw that 12 people got pieces. So 4 divided by a third is 12. Now we noticed that that was the same as 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So that gave us a rule to divide by a fraction, change to multiply, and invert the fraction you are dividing by. So invert means just flip it over. So for example, 3/4 divided by 2/5. So change to times and then flip or invert the last fraction, just the last one, not both of them. So that's the same as 3/4 times. I've changed divide to times, and then 2/5 I've flipped over to 5/2. So that's the same as 3/4 times 5/2. Top times top, bottom times bottom. 3 times 5 over 4 times 2 gives you 15/8, otherwise known as 1 7/8. Next one, 6/7 divided by 3/5. So this was done by somebody in class, so that's why the writing's a bit suspect. So they changed divide to times, and then they flipped 3/5 over into 5/3. So that's 6/7 times 5/3. Top times top, bottom times bottom gives you 30/21. Top heavy. So 30 goes into 21 one time. Sorry, 21 goes into 30 one time with 9 left over. So that's the same as 1 and 9/21. 9 and 21 both divide by 3, so you can divide by 3/3 to simplify that to 1 3/7. Example 3, and that was the oranges. So 4 divided by a third was what we did in class. So I've changed that to 4/1, 4/1, just so that the 4 is a fraction. I've changed the divide to a times, and I've flipped over the third into 3/1, so that I get 4/1 times 3/1. Top times top, bottom times bottom gives me 12/1. And 12/1 just means 12 divided by 1. The line in a fraction just means divide, so that just means 12. And another example, example 4. 4 1/3 divided by 1 1/2. So the first thing I need to do is make those top heavy. So 4 1/3 needs to be written as a big fraction over 3, and 1 1/2 needs to be written as a big fraction over 2. So that gives me 13/3. 4 times 3 is 12, plus the extra 1 makes 13. And 3/2. 1 times 2 is 2, plus the extra 1 makes 3. And then change it to a times and flip over or invert the second fraction. So that gives me 13/3 times 2/3. Top times top, bottom times bottom gives me 26/9. And then 9 goes into 26 2 times to make 18, with 8 left over, so it's 2 8/9. and then we did some questions from the book.